Hello, hello,
Hello. Oh, hi.
I
Hi.
like your background, very Christmassy. That's lovely.
Are we loving it?
I'm just going to take in the fire and imagine that I'm getting the benefit of the heat from it as well, I think.
Wait, my puppy, I don't know how he's going to go. He's got a multitude of logs to chew on, so
Very happy then.
let's see. Yeah, I think he's pretty happy. I just hope he calms down.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you guys
Aw.
arriving early. By the way, Julie, Jean, it's not Martin. Who's that? Look, that's
Oh, Linda. Hi.
Linda. Linda. I was like, I know who that is, and I know it's not Martin. Hold on, who is that?
It's his iPad.
I know you. Yeah, if you guys want to, those who haven't got their cameras on, if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, that's okay as well. Hi, Jane. Nice to see you.
An H in case there's more Sarahs.
Nice and early. Yes, I'm sure there'll be more Sarahs. Oh, it's already recording. Okay, I set it up to record. That's fine. We'll have a little bit of a preamble as everyone joins. Hi, Julie. Nice to see your face.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Jean. Nice to see your face. I haven't seen your face in a couple of years.
A long time.
Yeah, good to see you again. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, you?
Yeah, really good. Really good. See backdrop.
A quick question, Katie. You mentioned recording. Are we allowed to record at our end as well, or would you prefer us not to? Or
I didn't know you could.
do you want to have a think about that for a minute then, and then?
You're so welcome to. I didn't know that you had that power on my Zoom.
You can, just so you know, as a host in future, you can choose to have that taken off, so you as the host can take away that functionality from the users.
That's amazing. In all these years, I never knew that. So I've just learned something. You're welcome to, but I'm recording it and I will share it at the end.
Fab. Great.
Yeah. Hi, Lindy.
Hello.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Back in Cookfield.
I was about to say you're home in Sussex.
Yeah.
Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Julie. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Oh, there's Sana. Hi, Sana. How are you?
Hi.
Look
I'm
at
good.
all pink.
That's lovely.
Love it. Melanie, hello.
Hi.
I haven't seen
Long-
you in ages. This is so
Yeah.
fun.
It's nighttime here in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, yeah? Good. Oh, it's gorgeous to see you. Really
Such
good.
a beautiful tree.
Yeah, thank you. It is lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, who haven't I said hello to? Isabel, hi, darling. Hello. Hello. Hi. What time is it in Florida? Oh my God.
It's on.
Early bird. Kellyanne, hi, my darling. Good to see you. Actually, as you guys are joining, can you do me a favor and just type in the chat where in the world you are? Because I would like at the end to see just how global this is.
Where do I find chat?
That's always so fun.
Oh.
And I tell you what, if you're not muted already, if you could mute yourselves. For when we get started, it'll be so much easier if everybody's muted. I've learned my lessons with the muting. That's one thing I do know. So we've got London, we've got Slough, Scotland, Hong Kong, Sussex, Horsham, Worcestershire, Florida. So good to have you, Kayla. Kingston, India, 5:30 in the evening. Oh, that's an okay time. Chelsea by the Sea. Ooh, Cheshire, East Sussex. Okay, so England's winning right now. Surprise, surprise. But I love how global this is going. Hey, Helen, good to have you, darling. Hi, Izzy. Hi, honey. Beautiful. I'll just give it a couple minutes. So yeah, as you're joining, just type where you are. and maybe what god awful time it is. I know I've got friends in Australia that wanted to join, and it's something, well, it'd be like 11 o'clock at night for them. Beautiful. So who else just joined then I've not said hello to? Hi, Jane. Hi, darling. It'd be so interesting to see how many actually join live. I think I've got 60 registered, then plus all our evolution members. So it's always interesting to see how many. Fatu, hello. Hi, honey. Hello. Hi. Someone called T has joined. Hello, T. Awesome. So, what's Julie saying? I have to switch my video off. It's because I've got a little pupster. That's fine, Julie. You're allowed. My puppy's here. Can you see? Hold on, I have to show you him. There he is, spread-eagled on the floor. In front of the fire, his favorite place. He's like a cat.
So cute.
He's so cute. He's the best. I tell you what, I sat and did my 2020 reflections yesterday. I was kind of freaking out because it literally took me all day, and I'm like, how am I going to fit this into 90 minutes? So, all right, booms. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Hi, Yaz. Nice to see you, darling. Hi, Ksenia. Good to see you again, too. Hi. Actually, I can see your face now. Before, I couldn't see your face. Who else is joining? Yeah, as you're joining, just pop in the chat where in the world you are. That would be awesome. And we'll dive in, I think. T is sat in the car waiting for artwork to be photographed. Oh, how very nice. Who's T? T, who are you? That makes me think artwork to be photographed. That feels like it might be, I won't say. Izzy's in Cornwall, woohoo! Yaz is in London. Jane's in Sussex. Beautiful. Okay, I know there's still people joining, I think. All right, guys, or girls, let's do this. If everybody's muted, that would be wonderful, please. Oh, it's Teresa. Oh, yeah, okay. Specialize in safari wildlife. Oh, Teresa, I have such a calling to go to Africa. It's off the chain. I just feel in every bone of my body at the moment, I'm like, I need to go back to Africa. Don't know why. It's not very practical at the moment. So, okay, where to begin? So today is, for absolute clarity, it's a reflection exercise. So the reason I want to give clarity to that is because this isn't about setting intentions for next year. That's to come. This is about, oh, hi, Kelly. It's about, I thought you were the artist that was having stuff photographed, but it was Teresa. Another artist here, Kelly. Yes, this is about a reflection on the year ahead to inform you for next year. And I will run another workshop on the 4th of January, which will be another 90-minute workshop all around setting intentions for the year to come, which is a very fun and powerful workshop. But I genuinely don't feel that we can vision forward until we've reflected backwards. And for me, this is, part of what I teach, and my evolution members know this. I'm all about living transformationally. And transformational living is constantly calling us to live in awareness and acknowledgement, and to then feel that awareness and that acknowledgement and move, if required, into forgiveness and gratitude. So it's a process from the head, awareness, acknowledgement, and then moving down into your heart, into a place of forgiveness, gratitude, compassion. And then because you're moving into your heart, you're moving into your body, so you can fully receive and integrate and embody the awarenesses before you then can give birth to the creation, to what's next for you. So before we can give birth to our vision for 2021, we want to receive fully what 2020 was all about for us. And it was a pretty freaking unique year, right? And I think this year more than ever, it's so important. I mean, every year is important. There's something about this year, I think we'll all agree, that we don't want to close down this year without really understanding and feeling what it was about for us. I just did a live, I don't know if any of you saw it, but what's really, really coming through really powerfully for me right now, and I know a lot of you are going to be on the same page with this, like this year has been about the rising of the feminine. And it's been the Kali energy. If you know your goddesses, Kali is like, she's fierce and she's angry and she tears shit down, right? She destroys from a place of love. So there's been this like Kali feminine energy this year, which is like this powerful voice of no more, enough. We're not doing it that way anymore. And so it's been an opportunity for us all to reassess how we've been living our lives, how we've been doing our lives. So we're moving away from the doing of the masculine into the being of the feminine. And the being of the feminine requires us to know our purpose, to be aligned with the truth of who we are, and to be aligned and authentic in the world, and to serve in a way that's aligned and authentic. We have to do the inner work. We have to do the healing. We have to be coming from our empowered self, not our disempowered selves. And so we've had no freaking choice this year but to stay in. And this is the power of the feminine. She's like, enough with the way you've been doing your life, enough with destroying the planet, enough with narcissistic leadership, enough with racism, enough with it all. Stay home and think about it and feel it and notice what's working, and more importantly, what's not working, and do the healing work. And from that place, go out into the world and be is the word, be who you came here to be, authentically. So that's what this year for me has been all about. And I'm not going to lie, I went to bed last night with a headache. I've woken up this morning with a headache. I'm drinking tons of water, tons of herbal teas. I'm processing shit tons of energy at the minute with this. We've just had an eclipse. We're about to have another one. Can you feel it as well? The energies are full on at the moment, and we are being called to fully acknowledge and receive what this year was about for each of us individually. There's a collective as well, which I'm kind of just speaking to now, but individually, and then receive it, bring it to a close, and then vision forward. So we're starting with this workshop. We're going to start with your head. We're going to start up here in acknowledgement and awareness, and we're going to get really super practical. So I'm hoping you've all arrived, and welcome those who are arriving now, and just pop in the chat where in the world you are, and make sure you're muted. Thank you. You're welcome to be here. So I hope you've all arrived with your mobile phone or something, some sort of device, or maybe photo albums. I don't know how old school you are. Who has photo albums anymore that are actually organized? I personally document my year through photos. I learned through running this workshop last year that not everybody does. So I've also invited you to come on with your calendars. You might have like an actual flip calendar or a diary. If you wanted to, but I don't want to overwhelm you, this is what I did yesterday. I actually started by going through all of my finances. Like I really go there when I do my reflections. So I looked at all of my bank statements for the whole year, from business accounts to personal accounts. It was interesting to notice my personal accounts were very boring. There wasn't a lot going on. Super simple. But I look at it all to build a picture of, and to remind me of what the year was about. And it's also interesting to notice what's missing from all of that. So my pictures usually are like different countries, and I'm flying here, there, and everywhere, and speaking at events. There was none of that. So it was interesting to notice what was missing. But you should all be here with your stuff, right? You've got your phones and your calendars and everything. So we're going to start by looking at all of that and bringing you into acknowledgement and awareness. Then I'm going to be guiding you through a guided visualization, so you can drop down into your heart, into your body, to fully feel and receive the year and allow your heart to expand with the gratitude of it. Yesterday for me was a huge heart opening. I was amazed, actually. And then finally, I'm going to ask you some fairly basic questions, and we're just all going to share in the chat to completely, like words and awareness to encapsulate the year, so we can close it down and look forward to next year. So that's kind of what we've got installed today. Everyone okay? Anybody got any questions? Just type them in the chat if you need any clarification. Because there's so many of you, it's not going to be as interactive as a lot of conversation, but we have to chat. So please use it. And if we can, I'll open up people's mics and we can have some conversation too, but let's just play it by ear and see where we go. So step one, and you've also all come with, here's my sheets, with pieces of paper, right, with headings. Have you all done that? Has everyone got their pieces of paper with their headings? So these are mine. Yeah, cool. All right, so I have a few headings. I went with spirit, joy and fun, education and personal growth. I actually added in my word for this year. So if any of you did the workshop with me last year or have a practice of creating a word for your year, it's really fun to add that word, because you can start to list how you lived into that word in the year, what evidence you have of that. So mine was discipline. Maybe I'll talk about that later. Relationship, my personal relationship, family, friends, home, travel, body, health, work, finances. They're the ones I worked with. You can work with whatever headings work for you. It tends to be quite unique depending on what you value. And you might find that in doing this, new headings emerge. You know, you might find that you wouldn't usually put the heading of education down, or contribution. Actually, I haven't got contribution on there, which featured heavily for me this year. That came under my work. Maybe creativity might be a heading that would be important for you. So you've got your headings, you've got your phone and your diary open to the 1st of January 2020, before we knew what was going to happen, right? So I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. If you have questions, open your mic or type in the chat. But I just want you to start scrolling through your phones, looking through your diary. Just start with January. And when you're done with January, move to February, move to March. And you're just going to notice what you notice and fill in the blanks under those headings. You know, am I making sense? Or would you like me to give you some examples of what are under my headings to help? Would you like that? You'd like some examples of what I've done under my headings? Okay, so, all right. Where do I begin? So travel, let's start there. I just noticed that I did have an amazing trip to New York with my son in February. And then I found enormous gratitude for any travel I did outside of my village, outside of my town. It was so interesting Izzy's laughing. So interesting, because I spent all year in massive victim mode. No, I can't travel, poor me, it's so shit. But my heart expanded when I realized how much I love just going to the next village where they have a beautiful reservoir, and I was going paddleboarding all through the summer. What an amazing summer we had, and how I appreciated the beaches. So I listed everywhere that I went. There's not that many places, but I tell you, I really appreciated the summer this year. So I listed everywhere I traveled. Body, I noticed new makeup I started using, how I had my front tooth fixed, the yoga I was doing, the great food I was eating, the oils I bought for my face, walking my dog. Finances, I noticed what money I was bringing in this year, what I wasn't spending on, what I was spending on. Because what we're doing here is essentially it's a practice for gratitude. Excuse me, gratitude. It's also a practice to bring into full awareness what you value and how those values may have shifted this year. It's really powerful for that, because what we spend our money on, what we give our time to, what we bother to take photos of, who we're spending time with, this all informs us on what we value. And you may have seen some of that shift this year. Work, I listed all the different things I created, all the women I worked with. So proud of my Evolution membership. It was our first year. It was so successful. So excited about that. The talks I did, yeah, I contributed to other people's platforms. I listed it all. I actually did my first funeral this year because I trained to be a celebrant in January, a funeral celebrant. So I did a funeral right before the pandemic hit. Then I stopped doing those. I talked about my relationship. So I celebrated the walks we've been having and the connection we've had, the dance classes we did. Underneath family, I celebrate that I homeschooled the kids for 4 months, that Boomer the dog joined our family, that I gave my stepson part-time work. He worked in my business for a bit, or still does. Cooking with the kids. Underneath home, I've listed all the things we bought for the house, the improvements we've made. Friends, I listed all the new friends I made, new dog walking friends in the neighborhood, a WhatsApp group I set up because of COVID. So I've got to know everyone on the street, which would never have happened before. We lived like strangers usually, and now we don't. Friends I got to spend time with, friends I did lots of Zoom calls with. And then what haven't I said? Oh, personal growth. Oh my God, so much. My celebrant training, my meditation training, another spiritual training I did, a LinkedIn mastermind, a 5-day challenge mastermind, dog training. I learned to train my dog. Healings I had, coaching I had. Joy and fun. So much basic, but super basic around the dog and the family and dance classes and lots of walking. So does that help? So those headings enabled me to celebrate my year and to fully receive it. And what was amazing to me was I was scared to do it because I genuinely thought the pages would be empty. I didn't think I had anything from this year to celebrate. I didn't, which call that my victim, but yeah. Oh, I just realized I've got 2 pages of Zoom here. I've got other people I can't see. Hello, more people. Yay. Lisa's joined, Pippa's joined. Hi, so glad. Oh, Vivi's joined. Melanie Jane. Hi, everyone. Right, let me look at the chat. That's great, son. I love that. Yes, should it be things to celebrate versus things that were tough? No, really good question, Yaz. No, not just things to celebrate. You can put in what was tough. You can notice what was missing. It needs to be a full picture for sure. I mean, absolutely under travel, I've noticed, I didn't actually write it down, interestingly enough. It did, my reflection did actually become a list of gratitudes. And yet I have acknowledged what was missing and what I would like to bring into next year. That is part of this process for sure. I actually did have another, in fact, I've got it here on the go. I had another little piece of paper where as I was doing this, it was sparking ideas and thoughts for what I wanted for next year. So I was just jotting down just quick notes for ideas for next year, but this isn't a visioning exercise, but I didn't want to forget. So I made little notes on the side. Jackie, I was just thinking that, do we include anything negative or is it all the positives? No. And here's the thing with going through month by month, the acknowledgement and awareness that you're creating will be showing you the tough stuff. And in a way, well, not in a way, absolutely, what I'm inviting you to through this reflection process is to bring the tough stuff to awareness so that you can move into a place of gratitude for the opportunity for growth that challenge or difficulty was. So we want to be grateful for all that's obvious to be grateful for. But transformational living invites us to also develop a way of, a perspective that sees even the challenges and the shitty stuff as an opportunity for growth. An opportunity to, how am I going to do that better next year? Or how am I going to, I hate the word pivot, that next year? Or how am I going to, how am I going to use this learning and integrate it into next year? Oh, Leslie, I've just seen you've arrived. Hello. Hi. Who else have I missed? Sarah Is it worth having a separate section for the negative challenges and the losses so it's easy to see the positives? By all means, darling. Yeah, why not? Why not? Great idea. Great idea. Yeah, everybody's going to have a different experience of this. I think I was so clear on the negatives and the challenges. It was so front of mind for me that this became a body of work of huge gratitude. Yeah. I'm just going to be quiet and drink my tea and let you do your thing, let you concentrate. Okay, so I've been asked to summarize what we should be doing for those who've just arrived. That's fine. You're just going to be, you've got your pieces of paper with all your headings on. Yeah. And you're going to be filling in the blanks under the headings by scrolling through your phone, looking through your calendar, and just noticing what you experienced within those headings. Whether it be relationship or family or home or friends or spirituality or health and well-being, finances. You're going to be filling in the blanks under your headings, and that's going to be largely, essentially, it's going to become gratitudes. You're also going to start noticing what's missing under those headings. And this is going to be informing you as to what you value, perhaps how your values have shifted this year. It'll bring you into a place of full acknowledgement for the year. Yeah, I hope, is that enough? I don't know when you joined and how much you had, but hopefully that will be enough. Got it. Cool. Isabel, I'm just in January and already want to say how much gratitude I have for you. January was a really challenging month for our family, and your support was everything. Thank you. I received that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Evolution membership became an important space this year, more than any of us realized it was going to be. It's been amazing. I hope you've all got some nice music playing in the background. You don't have to, but you know. if at any point that you're doing this, you feel called to share something that's like a big aha, oh, here we go, Sarah's just doing that now. And that's great, an aha, an awareness or a gratitude, or if a feeling comes up for you, and we're going to move into the guided visualization in a little while, but which is going to help you to connect and feel your year rather than just intellectually process it, which is what you're doing at the moment. But if anything comes up for you, feel free to share it. I found it quite an emotional day yesterday. So feel free to share if you'd like to. So I might need to take some more time. Yeah, absolutely, Sarah. So you're going to do what you can today, and you're probably in this workshop, and you'll probably want to add to it. It depends how detailed you want to be. I mean, genuinely, this is an all-day process for me. Yeah. But it's better to do something than nothing, right? It's so easy to just let this slide, which is why I wanted to put the workshop in place. Jackie's noticing there are so many positives, and yet the small negatives overwhelm sometimes. They can, absolutely, they can. And this is an opportunity to just acknowledge and feel that. Julie's saying, I realize how much I've enjoyed my local parks. Yeah, taking pictures, looking at the changes in the trees throughout the year. Yeah, that was big for me too. Being on my own, this was my saving grace in lockdown. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a year to really slow down and notice. We're noticing different things, aren't we? Yeah. Yes, I'd totally forgotten that in January, one of my long-standing dreams came true of visiting the Met Gallery costume department in New York. Oh, how cool. Really touched my heart to remember that, Joy. Yes, that's really great. Yeah, I mean, I'd almost forgotten that I had the joy of going to New York myself with my son, and that was like the most amazing week. I'm so glad we got to do that before lockdown happened. Sana, I was about to go into tears when I got reminded of how much I missed hugging my mum after COVID came, but also the warmth of her love. Yeah. And that you're bringing up something important there, Sana, which I will go into when we're doing the visualization. I think it's important to acknowledge how much we've normalized this year. Right? We've normalized a lot of stuff, and it's your opinion how you feel about that. I'm not okay with how much we've normalized or how much I'm seeing other people normalize. And I think it's important to just remember what your normal is and what feels okay with you, and perhaps bring that awareness into next year. Yeah, because when I was doing my reflections, it was so interesting to remember the first time I went into a supermarket and the shelves were empty, and how frightening I found that. And the first time I had to wear a mask, and now it's like just the most normal thing in the world. But putting one on for the first time, I found it terrifying. And just remembering back to all of those different experiences, we all experience things that on some level, I think, hold some trauma, to be honest. And I think it's important. This is a chance to just acknowledge that, not make a big song and dance about it. And yet at the time it was difficult. And I personally found some of it quite traumatic. It definitely showed me that, I remember my first Sainsbury's visit with a mask and the empty shelves and the panic in people's eyes. And I was sort of slowly kind of gliding through there in my own little bubble, but coming away feeling really scared and realizing that fear just shows me how much I love. Because when I was in there, all I could think about was our kids, and what was this world coming to for them. But through the fear, I was shown how much I love. And that was a big opening and awareness for me. Kellyanne, I agree. We'll take time as a new practice. I'm loving it so much to be grateful for in a year when mostly hearing people complain. Exactly. We could complain loads about this year, but you know, if we're going to learn from it, we have to receive what all the little things that this year brought. The simplicities. Oh my God, my heart was bursting with the simplicity, the joy of simple living. Basic stuff. Cooking, walking, being healthy. I mean, look at us all. We're all here. We've survived it. If we're here on this call, we're probably doing pretty good health-wise. You know, well, this is good. We're lucky. There's something to celebrate. Oh, that's great, Sarah. Lisa, ditto. I'm going to have a revisit too. All I see is how hard I've worked to keep my head above water. A little overwhelming. Yeah, I wonder if anybody else can relate to working hard this year. Yeah. And what does that inform you of for next year? You know, so what was hard? What was a struggle this year? And how might you set things up differently for yourself next year? Perhaps. How could you support yourself better next year to manage that busyness? Not least when we're being invited to learn how to be more rather than do so much. Even though the feminine's rising and we're being invited to be, a lot of us would have, and I did a few times, go into overdrive of doing because it's a fear state, and that's what's familiar. So I'll just, I'll just do more of that, panic, be busy. But actually we're being called to do the opposite. Where's my comments? Melanie's saying this year's been so long, like 5 years ago. Hardly recognize myself back then. I know, January seems like a world away, doesn't it? Sarah, I understand how mask might make someone feel, although for me it was normal as I work in the hospital. Yes, right. But I understand the difficulty of people. Yes, absolutely. That's great. My family is spread out across the UK and also in Cyprus, and we hardly ever get the chance to all get together. But one of the things I'm grateful for is the new thing of regular family Zoom quizzes. Yes, who else has been doing the Zoom quizzes? Yes, it's a thing. It's been absolutely wonderful to see so much of my family, ironically. Yes, I know, right? Yeah. Jane, I think some good things will come out of it. You're right, simplicity is wonderful, and the fact that everything has had to slow down a bit, like living in the past. But we have technology now, of course. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was catapulted back to the sort of the 40s. Helen, I'm pretty amazed at how much positivity. Thank you, Boomer. I'm pretty amazed at how much positivity I've had this year. I didn't expect that. Where I've injected fun, even though I've spent 95% of the year on my own. I'm laughing at my VE day party photos that I threw for myself. Good on you. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is wonderful. Amazing. Cool. So what month are you all up to? Let me just get a little gauge here. July, wow, powering through, Sarah. Kelly, celebrating transferring my Surrender Collection exhibition onto Instagram, Facebook over Easter weekend and selling out. Oh, congratulations, Kelly. I didn't know that. The idea came through and was delivered through surrender. So much gratitude with the new connections, friendships my artwork has brought me, as well as, of course, much needed income at the time. That is amazing. I've got to say, Kelly, I do love how you put your art in those backdrops on Instagram. It's really cool. Yeah. It makes them look really, I mean, they're already, what's the word? Very high vibe and, what's the word I want? Expensive looking. There's another word for that. But when you put them on those backdrops, it's like, I have to have that. You know, it's got that energy. It's awesome. Yaz is on Feb. Think I'm going to have to take some more time. That's okay, Yaz. No worries. Jean says she's finished. It's been a quiet year. Okay. Sana, as I was scrolling, I got reminded of a big thing for me. I overcame the phobia of pigeons, which started in my childhood. They can be a bit freaky, can't they, pigeons? My dad brought a pigeon to our home, and by being in constant contact with it from a distance, I overcame a huge part of fear of pigeons. That's amazing. Good on you. Good on you. Ksenia's finished. Wowzers. Helen, I know we'll be setting a word for 2021, but I have a strong feeling of my word for 2020 as it's coming through so strongly. My word for 2020 is proud. Yay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Proud. Yeah. I think we could all be proud of ourselves, right? Jane's up to September. Many might not relate to it, but it was huge for me. It is huge. It doesn't matter what the fear is. We've all got our fears that we're overcoming, right? That's cool. Very cool. So we've got some have finished September, some are right early on. That's okay. Linda's finished. Been a very quiet year. Surrender and gratitude. Gorgeous. Oh, you forgot about your free lockdown paint parties. Yeah, you see, this is a really good process of remembering everything that you did. And yeah, I really enjoyed just really receiving the summer that we had and trips to the beach and swimming and all my paddle boarding. I learned to paddleboard this year. I would never have done that if we'd been, off on holidays. That's been amazing. 4 journals to go through, Izzy. Is that all? Just the 4? You've had a massive year of growth though, so I'm not surprised. So for those of you that have already amazingly finished, I just invite you to sit and just receive what you've written and noticed, and maybe more will come to you. And because very soon we're going to do a guided visualization. And those of you who haven't finished, don't rush. It's fine. We're going to spend another 10-15 minutes on this. And if you don't get it all done today, that's absolutely fine. The visualization will help, and you can continue it on in your own time. But at least you've made an excellent start. Ksenia's saying, January I got promoted at work, and now I'm in the best directorate at ministry, and also set strong, healthy boundaries to my previous bosses at the same ministry, and started my online coaching business in June. Wow! For it was only live in person. And I have healed my deepest wound from my last relationship. Well, that's all something to celebrate, isn't it? That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah. Beautiful. So I think I was sharing earlier that I was really scared to do my reflections because I thought that my pages would be empty and, I didn't get to travel anywhere. So ergo this year was shit. That's sort of like how my brain works. If I don't get to travel, that's everything's shit. But it was amazing to experience doing my reflections in a different way. So not in such a masculine way, which is my way historically, which is to want to have a long list of achievements. I did that tick and that and that and that and that. That's historically what my reflections have been. This year I noticed it wasn't so much a tick list as it was a feeling. It was just I can encapsulate this year in a feeling, and which again is very feminine, and I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. So I wonder if you might have a similar experience. Oh, Izzy's just found her 2019 reflections. Yeah, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you want to take this a step further, if you did this exercise or something similar to this at the beginning of 2020, it's a nice thing to do to actually look back at that and see how that infiltrated into this year and how it showed up. And maybe it showed up in a way that was different to what you expected. I mean, interestingly for me, what did I put in my journaling so in December 2019, when I was setting intentions for 2020, I said that I wanted time and space this year. That was a huge intention, time and space. Little did I know. And I'd forgotten that intention as well, funnily enough. So yeah, take a look at your intentions. That's always helpful. Kellyanne, I was worried I wouldn't fill the page, but I have. Yes, see, exactly. High five. So much to be grateful for. Yeah. Sarah, I learned to grow potatoes from rotting potatoes. I grew some potatoes this year too. I don't know, where has your message gone? That was really helpful. Encouragement for my life. That new, wonderful, edifying things can grow from, my comments keep moving. But new, wonderful, edifying things can grow from rubbish, negative experiences. Amen. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, great metaphor. Yeah. Sana, I ended my codependent relationship with a friend. Oh, I remember you going through all that, Sana, which was so huge. I can see its effect till now. While I did it in March, it all started with you, Katie. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I remember you going through that. Congratulations. Lindy's asking, can I see this photo? Oh, my puppy. Oh my God, that was my Boomer dog when he was a baby. Look at him. See, I was looking at so many of those pictures, obviously, yesterday, because my phone is basically just Boomer. Lots of Boomer photos. He's over there asleep now. He is delicious. I love him. Jane saying, I'm loving doing this. I felt the same about this year, Katie, but I've done lots of new things. Yeah, and stretched myself and met some great new people. Beautiful. I was reflecting on how I, at the very beginning of lockdown, which I called cocooning, how I genuinely did feel like I'd stepped back in time to this sort of the 40s or maybe late 30s, and like this kind of wartime mentality and energy and community and this coming together. And I found it actually, while it was scary, it was also very exciting. I found it that I felt like I was embarking on an adventure in some way. So even though it was scary, and that was a big theme for me this year. And a lot of the teachings I was doing earlier this year, that was the theme that just sort of kept coming through, which was, we can hold both. You know, you can have fear at the same time as huge love, and you can have, in fact, where's my notes? My journal, or maybe I wrote it down here. I wanted to share because this really came through powerfully for me yesterday. Where did I write it down? Hold on. Where was it? Oh yeah, so in my experience, it was like I could hold love and fear, I could hold anger and vulnerability, I could hold my opinion and their opinion. I could feel real lack in my life, and I could feel at the same time as feeling real abundance, lots of joy at the same time as lots of pain, deep peace at the same time as deep frustration. And that was a massive theme for me this year. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but I felt like both, I was really aware that both was always going on and it was possible to hold both. That's one of the things that came through my reflections yesterday. Lisa saying, biggest achievement this year was a year in the making, not any one date, but a day-to-day contribution to help my son grow. He went from calling himself an idiot to getting awards for his improvement in his grade point average. Hoping he will be a little kinder to himself now. Oh my God, that makes me want to cry. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Lise. Yeah, absolutely. I felt I got closer to our kids this year too. Definitely. Yeah, because they each had their own individual challenges going on as well. And I finished up this year feeling, I am finishing up this year feeling so proud of them, so proud of the kids and their resilience and how they've just taken all of this in their stride. I mean, 4 months of not going to school and continuing to be sent home from school for a week here and 2 weeks there because someone's got COVID, and the constant disruption, and they just take it in their stride. They are amazing. They're totally surrendered. Well, this is my experience with our children. And I'm just amazed by them. So proud of them. Sana, we chatted about it once and you asked me to go cold turkey. This is with a friend, yeah. And I did and failed and did and failed, but then finally succeeded and no more going back. I'm celebrating you, Sana. Well done. Well done, honey. Jean, sorry I have to bail out, but we'll catch the recording. Bye, Jean. Don't know if you're still here, but nice to see you. I think you've gone. Helen, mine is just full of me and my cat and food, lots of food. So I enjoyed getting back into my cooking and baking. Yeah, there was a lot of that going on here. Leslie, I'm amazed at how far my creative projects and work life have exploded. Great. But my relationships and joy and fun are embarrassingly minimal and miserable. Okay, so that might inform you, right? This is good awareness. We're in a headspace right now. This is awareness. This is good information for how you might decide next year. Kelly, Lisa, what an incredibly important achievement. Yes. Okay, where are we up to, people? Because I feel like it might be time to move into our visualization. Are we okay to do that? Would that be all right? I'll give you a couple more minutes to just wrap up, knowing that you can obviously come back to this and trusting that the visualization is going to help you to connect with the whole year as well. I just wanted to share as well that this is an exercise that might show you, I mean, while a lot of us have done a lot of inner work and healing and transformation this year, it might have also shown you where more work is required. And I noticed that for myself. I noticed my response to being told what to do, the mixed messaging, the feeling like lack of freedom, not understanding what's going on. Just my response has been anger. And I felt really uncomfortable with that response. I'm just very quick to be angry when I don't feel safe. So when I feel like the information I'm getting isn't reliable, or it's mixed messages, or I'm confused, or it keeps changing, or And while I intellectually understand that's going to be happening because this is all unprecedented, no one really knows what they're doing. And I have friends working in government right now who are part of it and who tell me that no one knows what they're doing. But my response is anger, and it doesn't sit well with me to have that response. So that's something that I'm very consciously choosing to work with in the coming year, because I don't like feeling like that. It's understandable, but it doesn't. I would like to feel more surrendered and then more at ease and more trusting. So yeah, this can be a process of showing you what needs attention, perhaps. Kelly said, another amazing connection. Our large conservatory window exploded post-incident, early lockdown. Extra expense at the time ended up with sale of painting, which led to running a small group workshop, which has now led to a large commission. Wow. Wow. So chaos happened, transformation emerged, success. I love it. Yeah. Sana, I gained weight after 2 years. This too is huge for me. Oh, wow. Congratulations. You must be feeling healthier then. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. I think I put on a bit of weight this year too. It's the wine. Oh, well. I've actually got listed for next year. I'm going to start weight training again. I used to love it, so I'm going to get back into that. And it's good for perimenopause. Weight training, really good. Strength, we need our strength as we move into our later 40s and on. Okay, I'm going to invite you all to just wrap up the head work for now. Trusting that you will do more of that. And you know what? And I know this for myself, over the coming days and weeks leading up to the new year, New Year's Eve, for me, I'm going to keep adding to this. It's not just a one-stop shop. Things will keep coming to me. Even last night. So I did this process yesterday, and I had dinner with James, my husband, last night, and we talked through my reflections, and then more came through that conversation, and we're going to talk more because I don't actually still feel complete with it myself. It's just an ongoing piece. I really like to finish a year feeling like I've really received it. So this will be an ongoing process for you too. But I hope you've you've got the ball rolling now, which will make it easier for you. And so, pens down. I saw Izzy then. I was looking at Izzy. She's like, oh, okay. Pens down. Time to tap into your beautiful heart. Drop into your body. Start feeling your feelings. Yaz is saying, a beautiful process. Thank you. You're very welcome, darling. Yes, yes. Okay, good. It is a beautiful process. It's a very self-honoring process, what we're doing here, isn't it? Very, very self-honoring. So important. All right. So, hold on a minute. Let's find my notes. Good. All right. So just close your eyes. If it helps you to take a big deep breath in and just exhale with a noise, that's how I kind of drop into my body. Maybe you need to do that a few times. I mean, you're all pretty relaxed right now because of what we've been doing. And I want you to drop into your body now. It might help for you to actually put your hands on your body. I've instinctively put both of mine on my heart. You might want to put one on your heart, maybe one on your womb, your lower belly. And just allow yourself to breathe until you feel the breath move all the way down into your lower belly. So you might start with the breath up high in your chest, which was the case for me just then. Maybe high in your shoulders. Just allow the breath to move down into your lower belly. Just breathing. Allow yourself to feel more present in your body. Feel your bottom on the seat that it's on. Feel your clothes against your skin. Perhaps feel the temperature on your skin. Feel your breath moving past your nostrils, in and out. Notice the smells that you smell. Notice the taste in your mouth. Notice what you hear. Just dial into any noises that are in your immediate room, and then to the noises beyond your room and outside. And notice what you see. I know your eyes are closed and it's probably quite dark. There might be some light dancing about. Just connecting with all your senses and feeling even more present and grounded in your body. Notice how good it feels to be connected with your body. Notice that right here, right now, in this moment, you're completely safe. Everything's okay. And just take a moment to really acknowledge yourself for taking this time to do this very self-honoring work. You're loving yourself enough to take a look at the last 12 months of your life. Allow yourself to feel proud of yourself for being here and doing this, and proud of yourself for moving through a year like 2020 was. So in this visualization, I'm inviting you to feel your year. You've just been doing the intellectual work. So now you're going to feel the year so that you can fully receive it and then bring it to a conscious close. It's also a chance for you to connect deeply with what you value, and you'll start to have noticed what your highest values are and perhaps how they've shifted this year, so that you can consciously live into your values next year. It's what you need, and it's what the planet needs, is for you to be living into your values. So now I'm taking you to the cinema. Haven't been to the cinema for a while, have we? And I'm going to take you to the cinema to watch the movie of your life. That was 2020. So allow yourself to get comfortable in that big, cozy, comfy cinema seat and look up at the big screen. I wonder what your theme tune of this year is. I wonder what your song of 2020 was. Allow the song to play and introduce January. And see January playing up on that big screen. Notice what the weather is. Notice what your energy is like. What were your expectations for the year? Who are you hanging out with? What were you doing? And just receive January. Feel January. And just as a reminder, as I take you through month by month, there's no science to this. Just allow yourself to kind of work through all those headings. Let's call them values that you've just done the work with. So your work, your body, your health and fitness, your finances, all of your different types of relationships, your home, your spiritual practices, your joy and fun, your education, contribution, travel, personal growth, just bringing all of those gently to mind, but without having to get it perfect, because this is an experience of feeling your year rather than intellectualizing it. But my hope is that the work you've just done will allow you to just move through the year easily. So moving now from January, we're sliding into February. Still fairly unaware of what's coming our way, but starting to notice that something is coming. Do you remember that? Do you remember how we all started washing our hands that little bit more in February? We're being a little bit more careful, but we were still pretty unaware of what was headed our way. And what were you doing in February? How were you feeling? Where in the world were you? How were you spending your time, your money? Who were you hanging out with? What was the weather like? Allow yourself to receive it. And moving into March, everything started to change in March. Everything did change in March. So much shifted. How were you feeling? What did it bring up for you then? Just really breathe that in. Really acknowledge what you experienced in those first days of realizing that we were living in a global pandemic. What were you experiencing? What frightened you? What excited you? What were you scared that was coming your way, or what were you excited that was coming your way? It was a really extraordinary time. And what has become normal now wasn't normal then. So just allow yourself to feel into those experiences and acknowledge yourself that you did that. You went through that. Just try and ignore my barking dog. If I have to mute myself for a minute, I haven't gone anywhere. It's just a delay. Just allow yourself to keep moving through February. Move into March. I'm going to stay muted for a minute. How are you going? We're moving through March. Well done for staying with it. Just keep moving through into April and into May. Just allow yourself to keep watching the movie of your mind. We have a quiet dog now. We keep moving on through. How are we doing? So we're April, moving into May. What's going on for you in May? What's the weather like? In this part of the world, it would have been getting warmer, much warmer. What were you doing in May? Who are you spending time with? Were you starting to get into a bit of a rhythm and a routine with a new way of doing life? Feel the highs, feel the lows, notice the joys, the sadnesses, the achievements, the losses. Breathe it all in. And keep moving through the year into June, acknowledging your resilience, acknowledging your emotional range. Into July, notice how the seasons are changing still. And what does that inform you of? Moving into August. Allowing your heart to open even more now and really feeling the gratitude for all that you experienced this year. Even gratitude for the difficulties and the challenges that were inviting you to grow. Notice the transformations you're experiencing, the new self-awarenesses you're experiencing, because by the time we're into July, August, we've been living a new life in a new world for a few months now. How were you adapting at this point? What was becoming easier for you? What was becoming more difficult for you? And we're going to move from August into September, not that long ago. So we're coming into autumn if you're in the UK. Things are starting to slow down a bit, perhaps, as we're easing towards the end of the year. Just notice what September was about for you. Did you go anywhere? Did you meet any new people? Did anything specific happen that month? Moving into October. Still acknowledging your huge resilience, your huge emotional range, having gratitude for all of it, even the tough stuff. acknowledging any signposts that are showing you what next year could be about for you. Coming into November and really starting to connect in with what values have been revealed to you from this year. How have your values shifted? Or how have certain values become even more important? Things that you knew you valued, but now more than ever. Really connecting with what you've learned about yourself. What has 2020 taught you about you? What didn't you know about yourself before that you've discovered about yourself this year? How perhaps do you love yourself more than you did at the beginning of the year? Or how perhaps are you more proud of yourself now than you were before? Really feeling into all that you've overcome. I really invite you now to allow your heart to really expand and open and feel proud of yourself. To really receive the gratitude for who you are and how you guided yourself through this year. And if there's any elements that you're noticing of how you guided yourself through this year that you perhaps don't feel proud of, or that you feel that maybe, you judge, I could have done better. Just notice that and allow yourself to set an intention that that will be something that you will consciously work on in the new year. We're coming through to December, and we're only halfway through December now. And just fully acknowledging this year and leading into Christmas, a Christmas like we've never had before, perhaps. Just noticing what feelings that brings up. Maybe just taking this chance to set an intention for how you desire to feel this holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. The holiday season that's coming. How can you make the most of it? How can it be nurturing and supportive for you? Perhaps take this chance to just set that intention. And allow yourself to just breathe in the energy of all that's played out this year. So the subtitles are coming up on the movie of 2020. Your theme tune is playing. And just notice the feeling that you have from having watched that film. We feel stuff, right, after we've seen a film. What do you feel having watched the film of your life? The highs and lows, the joys, the sadnesses, the excitement, the disappointment, the losses, what didn't happen, what you missed out on, what did happen and what you gained. Notice how that all feels. If you could distill that all down into a general feeling, allow yourself to fully receive that in your body. Breathe it in. And breathe it in again. And you're so dialed in and tapped into yourself right now that I invite you to ask your spirit, your soul, what was 2020 about for me? I chose to be here, having this human experience at this time in history. Why did I choose this? What do you sense your soul is here to grow or evolve through the experience of this year? If you had one general takeaway from this year, allow that to be felt, breathe it in, and receive it. When you're ready, open your eyes, and if you want to just grab your journal and write any extra little notes or thoughts or ideas or awarenesses that came to you, just jot those down now. And if you want to share that one general takeaway that you received from this year, or the overarching feeling that, you know, about what this year was about for you, you're welcome to write that in the chat. Or anything that came up for you from that, you're welcome to write it in the chat. Izzy's saying she felt she's met herself in a way she'd never done before. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Helen, growth, self-love, proud. Beautiful. Yeah. By the way, thank you all for being so patient through Boomer's little episode there. We had a delivery and he couldn't contain himself. I'm going to ask you just a few quick questions, and I invite you to write your answers in your journal and in the chat. Or, you know, I hope that you'll share in the chat with me. At least put them in your journal, and if you can share, that would be wonderful. Linda's saying acceptance, going inwards and being me, peace, beautiful. Sana, strength, resilience, progress, coming back to me. Yeah, see, this coming back to self is a theme, isn't it? This is absolutely what we were being invited to. It's gorgeous. Teresa's saying it was about learning to be nicer to myself, to have more confidence, to value everything I bring to the world that's unique to me. Oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. I love that, Teresa. Kelly, overarching is reclaiming and leading from the feminine within. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, getting uncomfortable to see the wounds to be healed before the up level. Yes, feel some weight of the year, but also very centered and self-loving for going through it. Well done. Yeah. Well, it was a weighty year, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Leslie's word is redemption. Sana, a lot of learning. Yeah, redemption, such a good word. So I'm going to ask you just a few quick questions. Top 3 things that made this year great. Can you write your top 3 things that made this year great? Don't think too hard about it. First 3 things that come to mind. Kellyanne's saying was about acceptance, about what I can't control, proof I can trust me, malleable being the overriding word. I love that. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Malleable, that's such a good word. Yes. Helen, me, nature, food. Your top three. Awesome, Helen. So your top three things that made this year great. Me, I love how me comes first. Yes, working from home, journaling. Oh, amen to journaling. Yes, well done. And new sisterhoods. Yes to the new sisterhoods. Yeah, gorgeous. Top three things that made this year great. Please share. Pausing, yeah, nature, listening to myself. It's really, really lovely. Yeah, Lisa saying growth, perspective, family. Beautiful. Doesn't it feel good to wrap up the year with just 3 words? It sort of simplifies it, but it's grounding in some way. Sana, ending the codependent relationship, my niece's birth. Oh, beautiful. Studies and family. Very good. Melanie, Jane, regular calls, tea, and friendship. Beautiful. See the simplicity in that? And can you just feel that? It's just so abundant. The simplicity is so abundant. Gorgeous. Linda's saying surrender, acceptance, and self-love. Yes. Kelly, purpose, support, nature. Yes. Leslie, bonding, creative flow, yeah, independence, nice. Teresa, simplicity, learning, leveler for society. Amen, it has been. Xenia, relationship with myself is the most important, and healthy relationships with others, and releasing relationships that are not healthy. Yes, being enough, and start letting go all that's not the reflection of love and self-love. Yeah. Gorgeous. Kellyanne, Zoom. Yes. Pride and compassion. Isabel, connection on every level. Love, purpose. Yeah. Fatu, leaning back. Self-love, calmness. This is amazing. These are such gorgeous words. Yeah, the 3 things that made this year great. I love this. So now I want you to write your top 3 biggest challenges. What were your top 3 biggest challenges? Just let's fully acknowledge those. Boomer. Top 3 challenges. Self-confidence, self-belief, self-worth were your top 3 challenges. Okay. And I'm asking you this question because whether you've done the transformational work on those challenges or not, this could be informing you as to your intentions for next year. Yeah. This is just, it's been a perfect year to show us where we could grow some more. Remember, our soul chose to be here at this time. It chose to be challenged to this degree at this time because it desires the growth and the transformation. So it's important that we take note. What challenged us? We came here at this time so that we could use these experiences to overcome. We were very specific. We knew it on a soul level. Hard to wrap your head around at times that, but I really believe it. Helen, friends, time, not used to having it. Okay, yeah, good. Fear of the unknown. Izzy, going deep, self-belief, self-doubt. Beautiful. And as you're writing these, I hope that you're also acknowledging what you have overcome in those areas as well. Self-worth, vulnerability, and fear. Biggest challenges. Beautiful. These are really honest, guys. I love this. Thank you for sharing so honestly. Xenia, letting go, being free, time. Lise, struggle, control or lack of control, uncertainty. Yeah, they've been my challenges this year too, Lisa. Kellyanne, lack of support, negative relationship with ex, and self-worth. We've got us now, Kellyanne. You're in the membership. Yay! You have support now. Leslie, finances, unrequited love, no home. Big year for you next year, honey. Big year. Sana, adapting to a new working environment and working with new people, social anxiety, feeling and dealing with all that came when I came back to me, being calm amidst the pandemic. Yeah, I hear you. Jane, distance, saying no, fear. Yeah, very good. Kayla, not being with friends and family, experiencing the deep divisiveness and negative energy in the US this year. Yeah, I can imagine that was very challenging. Losing fitness levels. Oh my God, me too. That needs to be addressed next year. Definitely. Yeah, beautiful. Ksenia, letting go of my control and trusting that I'm safe and secure. Yeah. For 2, in tune with my feelings, growth, loneliness. Linda, allowing negative emotions to show, being enough, relationships. These are really honest, guys. I'm so impressed. Thank you so much for sharing. Kelly, financial, unemployment, being all together at home, lack of fun times. Yeah. Teresa, horrific online dating. Jackie, forgiveness, confidence, grief. Melanie Jane, highest levels of stress and anxiety I've ever experienced. I feel you. Mundane living, breakdown of confidence. Very honest, thank you. Lindy, physical hugs, fear, and meeting friends over drinks and dinner. Julie, relationships, fitness, OCD, fear. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. So what was your biggest lesson this year? I know we're on the 90-minute mark exactly now. I've only got a couple of questions left to ask you, so I hope you can stick around. Isabel saying, so sorry, my question to you was, what was your biggest lesson this year? One, your biggest lesson this year. Remember, you came here to have this human experience at this time. What was your biggest lesson? You don't have to have the answer straight away right now, by the way. I'm aware that's a pretty bloody big question, but maybe that came to you while you were doing your visualization. Isabel was saying surrender, healing, sadness, fear. For 2, okay, so I am resilient. Yes, you are. Teresa, knowing people are on furlough, being paid to do nothing while I'm working to build a business and not earning anything. That was one of your struggles. Yeah. Kelly R. So we're on your biggest lesson this year, surrender. Yes. Jackie, acceptance. Kellyanne, I am capable. Julie, I can adapt. Lindy, myself. Yeah, Leslie, pain addiction. Beautiful, darling. Yeah, beautiful. Biggest lesson. Helen, that I'm okay, I'm strong, I can do this on my own. Yes. Yes, honor my truth. Yes. Jane, learning how to cope with abusive people, one of your biggest lessons. Okay, or your biggest lesson. Hello. Sana, this will get better no matter what. I can do this. Teresa, I've achieved more than I thought I could. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Lisa, I'm stronger than I think, but I need to put myself first more. Beautiful. I think we all probably have realized we're stronger and more resilient than we think, right? Look, Boomer wants to get in. There we go. I know. You stopped barking now, haven't you? All these exciting deliveries, Christmas. Linda, surrender and acceptance of what is. Yes, I think surrender might have been my biggest lesson this year too. Definitely surrender. Melanie Jane, creativity for the sake of creativity. It's what gives my life meaning. Gorgeous. I know there's other people on this call that will relate to that. Jane Lee, I am enough. Yes. Izzy, make life my own. Yes. And you are? Yes, you are. Oh yeah. All right, one more. Well, let's see. I've got 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap up. Okay, I've got. Well, it kind of ties in, this one. So with what we just did. So, what was your biggest overcoming or growth or transformation this year? What was your biggest number one overcoming growth or transformation this year? If you could name it, what would it be? Bye for 2. I don't know if I got to say goodbye to you. Ksenia's saying my biggest lesson was to really let go of my past and my past lives and all wounds from that time. Very good. Congratulations, and go on without that in my day-to-day. Yes, congratulations. Amen to that. Drawing a line. That's the feminine saying enough, no more, moving on. Line drawn. Kelly, what's the question again? It was not dissimilar to the last one. So what was your biggest overcoming or growth or transformation this year? Sarah needed to know as well. Helen saying to trust and believe in myself. Good. Izzy, moving away. Yes. Yes. Yes, trusting the feminine way and flow of life. Still a work in progress. I think it is forever, by the way. Me too. But big realizations. Good. Excuse me. Jane saying yes to being video interviewed about my business. Wow, that's cool. Can I see that? Can you share that in the evolution group? Yeah, share it. I'd love to see that. I want to know more about your business. Lisa, acceptance. Yes. Yes, that is a huge growth piece. Sana, believing in myself again. Yes. Lindy, understanding how my kindness is so significant and the way ahead. Yeah, beautiful. That's awesome. Leslie, self-worth and self-love. Yes. Kelly, finally fully committing to my purpose, work as my biz. Beautiful. Yes. And that's really, I feel, what we're being called into for next year as well. Like we have to be living our purpose. Aligned with our purpose. Absolutely. Linda, trusting my inner knowing. Bye, Linda. I know you had to rush off. Bye, darling. Nice to have had you. Ksenia, being enough. Yes, you are. Kellyanne, acceptance. I'm only truly responsible for me. Yes. Bye, Lindy. Good to see you too. Thank you, darling. Bye. Okay, final question. It's a biggie. So it might be something, if you can answer it here and now, awesome. It might be something you want to go away and journal about. I don't think I personally still have the answer to this one myself. If you believed you were meant to be here on this planet for the experience of 2020, why was that? What do you sense your soul is here to grow or evolve through the experience of this year? So why on earth did your soul choose to be here for 2020? It's a big question. And it might not be an answer that you can intellectualize. It might, because it's a soul-led question, right? So it's probably going to be a feeling. And it could very well inform you even more around your purpose going forward. If we're being invited to live more aligned, to step into our feminine, maybe. I feel very strongly that's the case for me. I feel very strongly it's informing me around how I can be of service. Teresa, to wake me up to a number of things in my life. Amen. Like, yeah, you've totally chosen to be here at this time to wake up. Yes, you have. And then it's what you do with that now. Yeah. So now what are you going to do with that? But that's for the next workshop. Kelly, if I had to put this into one word, I'd say expansion into the truth of me. Yeah. Yeah, Jane, to trust my intuition about people and situations. Very strong. Yeah. Kellyanne, it's okay to trust my own instincts, even if it seems the whole world feels differently. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Julie, to experience the big shifts. Mm-hmm. Izzy, 100% step into my feminine and learn what it is. Yes. Sana, don't know whether it's the answer, but this is what comes to my mind over and over again, to be a part of history. Beautiful. Trust that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, to have my journey with my ex-partner, though lockdown to work through through lockdown to work through some relationship lessons. Yes. 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 Interesting. Leslie, to role model strength and resilience and stepping into empowerment. Yes. Wow. Lisa, to stretch and grow, but I need to think about that a bit more. That's okay. It's a big question, right? Helen, to grow, to believe in myself, to trust my spirit and intuition, and to realize my self-worth and value. Wow. Lots. Yes. Sana, going to feel more into it and find the answer. Ksenia, to finally letting go everything that I do not need anymore, and through that start to live my life purpose and share myself with the world. Yeah, this is so what we're all being called to do. Can you feel that? We're so all being called to live our purpose. We can't do that while we're holding on to old shit, whether it's from this life or previous lives. You know, we're really being called to that. Melanie, to find a way to design my life around connection, love, play, fun, creativity, contribution. I feel the itch to get out of full-time employment. Oh my God, the feminine is calling you, girlfriend. That's amazing. Izzy, I've got to run. This has been so beautiful. Thank you. Have a lovely Christmas. You're welcome. Is she gone? She's gone. Can I see her? No, she's gone. Okay, bye, Izzy. Jane, to become calmer and lessen the need to control. Amen. Amen. Amazing. So, my darlings, we've definitely just got over the 90 minutes, but I'm pretty proud of myself that I haven't taken us into like the 3-hour mark. When I created this Zoom, I did actually set it up for 3 hours, you know, just in case. Not that I would have done that, because that's not what I promised, but I find it quite hard to keep things tight. Thank you for joining me and Boomer and his bark in our lounge room in front of our Christmas tree. It's been so good to hang out with you guys. How has this been for you? One word, just type one word. How do you feel now? I'm aware that you probably all got a little bit more that you want to do around this, some more reflecting, and that's okay. But how do you feel right now, having just begun, or at least, you know, made a very good start, or perhaps even finished the process? Kellyanne's feeling wonderful. Leslie's home in her soul. Oh, yes. Isabel, what a wonderful way to complete the year. I feel filled with gratitude. Yeah. Yeah. Such a good way to finish the year, right? With gratitude. I don't know. I've lost track. Julie said it's been fabulous. Yeah. Wonderful. Kelly. Grateful, amazing, restored, self-honoring, grateful and open to 2021, enlightened, calm, very reflective, yeah, free and fresh, soothing and self-loving. I love it. That's great, guys, girls. Soothed, good, yeah. I must admit, I found it a very soothing experience, very heart-opening experience. Thank you. It's been beautiful to do this as a group. My only regrets that I didn't do this last year. Yeah, that's okay. Start now, right? Yes. Those of you who are who's not in Evolution membership here, there's only a few. Most of you are, actually. There's a handful of you that aren't. Please come and join us. Please come and join us. It's the first month is free, and then it's only £39 a month. And I will coach you every month, twice a month. Like proper, the girls here, Evolution members, please type, tell them how good it is. Gun to head, tell them how great it is. lots of coaching, lots of support, amazing masterclasses with amazing experts. The growth, I mean, I might be leading it, but every expert that's come in, I have been learning every single month so much. It's been absolutely amazing. The sisterhood, someone just wrote the word sisterhood, is incredible. The support is incredible from each other. And you get a pretty decent high level support from me for £39 a month, by the way. So I'd love to have you there. The next workshop is going to be the 4th of January. It's our 2021 vision workshop, another 90-minute workshop. It's actually only going to be for Evolution members. See what I did there? See how I've done that? But you get the first month free. And if you hate it, which you won't, you can cancel your membership. So trial it for January, come in, do the workshop with us, set your intentions for the year ahead, enjoy the first masterclass of the month, get some coaching from me, feel into the sisterhood. If you love it, you can stay, and if you don't, you can leave. See, it's pretty good, right? But I would love to have you there. And I just wanted to quickly read these comments because I love this. Hold on one sec. Yaz is saying, hold on. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Ksenia. That's great, Sarah. Yeah. Jane. Yes. So Yaz is saying it's amazing. Evolution membership, it's amazing. One of the best things I did in 2020. You need to join. Enough said. Amazing sisterhood and aha moments every time. Yes, Julie, I will. Don't you worry. You're on my mailing list now. You will be receiving emails inviting you to Evolution membership for sure. Katie's so generous with her support. Feels like a loving, compassionate, supportive space. Amazing. The soulmate course, totally different. Entirely different space, Teresa. Yep. Although lots of single women in there. So you'll be in good company of women desiring to call in their love. Jane, incredibly supportive. Oh, thank you, Kellyanne. You've been great to have. Genuinely don't know where I'd be right now if I didn't take the leap and join. So grateful for the support, love, masterclasses. Yeah, wouldn't have made it past January. I think that's the case. A lot of people felt that. It was like, thank God for the membership. For me too, it was important to keep me on track as well. Salma's going to join soon. Yay. Okay. Lovely to see you all. Here's to an awesome 2021. Yeah, we've learned a lot. We've got a lot to take in, you know. So good to see you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. And this has been recorded. I will figure out a way of getting it to you on email, or if you're in the membership, you'll see the links in there. And I hope to see all of you on the intention setting workshop on the 4th of January. Have a beautiful holiday season. Love you all. So glad you're in the world. The world needs more conscious women like you. Bye. Bye.